Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll demonstrate how we can create a breadcrumb component in PowerApp. So this is my one of the absence manager. At the top, I have a breadcrumb component. Wherever user is navigating, it will record that screen, something like this. And user can also navigate to any screen by selecting it from the breadcrumb component, something like this. So let's create it. Now suppose I would like to add a breadcrumb component in this app. Navigate to the components section, click on new component, give it a proper name. Now include a gallery control. Type should be horizontal gallery. Set x and y value to 0 to maintain the responsiveness, and height and width should be based on the parent height. Also, let me rename it quickly. Okay, we need to adjust the height of the component itself. For the width part, let's say it should be dynamic based on the screen. So app.width, it will provide us the screen, and height we need a static value. I guess 70 is fine. Yeah, 70 is good. Now add a button control, rename it. uh, the x and the y value will adjust dynamically. For the time being, I am using this drag and drop feature, but will calculate this value using x and y property dynamically. Now select the button control, then currently width is 96. Before that, let me include a icon that we will use as a separator. Let's say, yeah, this is looking fine, and the position should be after. Okay, now the next step is to adjust the width of this button control dynamically. So navigate to the width property, and by the help of this expression length self dot text and multiply by 8. This is to provide the spacing, and this value we need to adjust uh, as per our app. Let's say for me 15 is a sweet spot. Similarly, you can try to adjust this value based on your app or the requirement, but for me 15 is looking fine. Okay, we are done with this. Next step is to adjust the white spacing in the background. This is something dotted line, if you look at here, it is coming up. So this white spacing also we need to maintain dynamically, and this is coming from the template size. So we need to adjust template size dynamically. Click on the gallery, search for template, remove the existing formula. This template size should refer the button size. So it should be based on the button name dot width. We are good with the button control. Now We need the screen names dynamically. Currently, these are the dummy values. So to get the screen name, we need a collection. So click on the component and create a custom property. Let's say nav values. Same I'll copy paste in the description also. And property type should be input and data type should be table. Click on create. Currently we are getting auto generated table that is not required, so remove it. Before removing, let us create a collection, and the same collection will use to store the screen details wherever user is navigating, and we'll use that collection inside our component to render out the name of the screen. So navigate to the screen, select home screen, navigate to the on visible property, and create a collection. Clear collect. Type should be table because our variable type in the component is table. And parameter, we will pass the screen object. So for the home screen, we will hard code it home screen, but for the other screen we'll retrieve this detail dynamically. Another parameter we need count in order to get the number of item in the collection, and same parameter will use to position the buttons inside gallery. For the home screen, we'll keep one, hard coded one, and close it. Okay. We need to manage this collection on all the screens. So copy this name, navigate to the new request screen, write this expression. First, we'll look whether the current screen is part of our collection or not. So that we can find using is blank and the lookup function. Here we have a parameter named screen. If screen is equal to current active screen, then ignore it. If in case this is not a part of our collection, then collect it. Collect screen details, and we need screen. So app dot active screen and the count. This should be dynamic for the screen, and in order to retrieve the dynamic count, first we need to get the count of existing items in the collection. That we can get using count rows and the collection name. Whatever count we'll get, just increment it by 1. Okay, I forgot to close the is blank. Now it should work. Okay. We can format it using the format text. Our condition says first check whether this particular screen is part of our collection. If in case no, then collect it, otherwise ignore it. Similarly, we need to copy paste this formula on all the screen. Now we are ready with our collection. Instead of using this auto generated table, remove it and use our collection. Now we have the screen details. Click on the gallery and remove this auto generated collection. This This value should come from our component variable, this. So navigate to the items property, component, component name, and the variable name. Now it is pointing to the variable, and this variable is pointing to the collection. Now select the button. Currently we are hard coding the values. This should come from the collection. So this item dot screen name. Whatever screen name is, it should render out here. Now let me include this component and let's see how it is coming up on the screen. To consume this component, click on plus icon. Then in the custom property, we have our component. Select it. It will be added automatically on the screen. Similarly, we need to include this component on all the screen. Our component is added on all the screen, and as you can see here, we are getting the values also, but some formatting issue that we need to fix it. So in terms of formatting, first I would like to remove this background color. So navigate to the components and select the button. Alignment should be left always, and width we are already calculating based on the text value. Okay, now the type should be transparent because I don't want that background color. Currently we are getting white space after the first item in the gallery. This we need to manage. Click on the button control, select X property, write this expression if. So basically what we are doing here is first we are checking for each item. If the count of the item is 1, that means it is a home screen. It should always render out at position 1. For the other screen, it will come to the false condition where we are using first and function. Get the first and breadcrumb nodes by excluding the current one, current active screen. Basically it will eliminate the other nodes from the collection. The purpose of this whole statement is to render out button properly by providing a proper spacing. So you need to adjust this value, and you can also try adjusting this value for the proper formatting, something like this. So let me keep it 3 for now, but you can update this value based on your requirement or however you would like to format in your case. Now let me navigate back to the screen and let's test it again. Let me run the app and play it. Currently we are on the home screen. Let's say I'll navigate to the new request screen. So we are getting new request screen. Now we are on the demo screen. Demo screen is also added to our breadcrumb. Now suppose I'll click, I have added these button just for the testing purpose. Okay, we are on the demo screen. If I navigate back to, now we are on the request screen. Let's say if I click on new request screen, it is not working properly. Reason, because we have not applied any code for the button. Before doing it, what we need here is we need to turn on a property called access app scope. Select the component and turn it on. By turning it on, this will allow us to access the collection from the screens. Navigate to the on select property and remove it and write this expression. Before navigating, we need to adjust our collection. By the help of this expression, use first and function collection this item dot. So basically what we are doing here is we are refreshing our collection by the help of the first and function. Let's say if user is on the request screen, then other screen, let's say if user is on the demo screen, this is the current active screen, then if user clicks on the new request screen, then these other screens should be removed automatically from our collection. Now let me test it. Navigate to the home screen. Whenever we are navigating back to the home screen, you can notice we are only getting home screen in the breadcrumb because we have hard coded it here, right? So let's say now I navigate to the new request screen. Now I'll navigate to another screen similarly on the request detail screen. Now I'll click on the request screen and it should navigate to the request screen and should remove the other screen from the collection. Okay, yeah, it is working perfectly. Let me try it for the other screen. Okay, we are on the new request screen. Okay, we are on the demo. Let's say I'll navigate back to the request screen. Demo screen is no more part of our collection. Similarly, if I go back, similarly on the home screen. So it is working as per the expectation, and this is how you can create a breadcrumb component. I will provide the logic in the description. You can copy paste from there. All you need to do is rename it uh, in your case, whatever name you are providing. Also, one more thing I would like to highlight, you can export this component using the export icon and import in other apps as well. If you enjoy the video and want to stay up to date related to Power Apps, Power Automate, SharePoint, and RPA, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Your support really helps me out. See you in the next video.